So today I started out a lot earlier than normal because I got off work earlier than normal, which means that I got to start unwinding earlier than normal. So that's kind of encouraging. So to greet you, I'm going to say, good afternoon. No? Is that wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. Good evening. Good night. Today is one of those days. It's one of those days when you realize that things are coming to an end. Summer. Your internship. Today is kind of a weird day. I feel kind of strange because tomorrow is my actual last day of my internship. It's very, very weird. But it's cool. And then I have like 2 weeks to basically just completely waste time. Emily, I love that thing that you were talking about where you call a random person and you're all like, oh, hey, da-da-da, and you like say something that you assume that they would know, and the person's like, what? Because it's not the person you think it is. That happened to me this summer. I texted this girl who I used to know in high school because I swear I saw her. Her name is Steph. And so I texted her and I'm like, hey, Steph, because I still had her number in my phone, even though I never texted her. I'm like, hey, Steph, da-da-da. And so I said, are you at the inn and the wedding? And the person texted back, who is this? And it was like this ongoing conversation, and it was really funny because the person would actually try to keep the conversation going with me, but the person had such bad spelling and like punctuation that I didn't want to keep the conversation going. It was really sad, but it was definitely an interesting experience, and it was funny, and I giggled about it, but it was very odd. It was very, very odd. At first they were like, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you must be a different person. Are you Steph? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. And then they kept it going, and they said, like, they said something else, and then when I answered, they said, stop texting me, creep! JK, LOL. I'm like, really? Also, Emily, on the note of being a tourist in your own city, Los Angeles is not a good place to be a tourist. People think it is, but it's not. Los Angeles is kind of crappier than most people think it is. In general, though, assuming that I had a good hometown or metropolitan area around which I lived, that would be a very good suggestion. And I encourage the rest of you to do it. Although, Katie, I guess you're kind of in the same boat as me, seeing as we're from the same general metropolitan area. Oops. I should probably see more things that I don't usually see. You know how long it took me to see the Walk of Fame? I think I saw the Walk of Fame last year. Third random point. Did you guys see the Mars rover land? I didn't. This makes me sad. To make up for it, though, I did see the meteor shower Sunday night, which was supposed to be the height of the meteor shower, the night during which it would be the brightest / the easiest to see. Basically, I knew that I would be tired and that I would probably fall asleep, and that I wanted to see it, and so I set my alarm for like 1:30, because between 1 and 4, when the sky is darkest, obviously, it was supposed to be the most apparent. And then I woke up and I saw it and kind of snuck out of the house because I figured if I made a whole lot of a racket, people would freak out. Like, oh my god, someone's breaking in. But so I went out and I just kind of stood. I listened to the Doctor Who soundtrack. It was very awesome doing that while watching shooting stars. There's kind of nothing better than that, actually. I saw 3 substantial meteors that were obvious, and then I saw another one that was a little bit less obvious, but still clearly a meteor. And then I saw another one that was so obvious, but it was out of the corner of my eye, and I barely even saw it, but like I knew it was there because it was like, whoa. And then a bunch of other ones. A ton of little ones that may not have been meteors at all. They were, I swear they were like light playing tricks on my eyes or something like that, and they were very, very faint, and I would swear that I saw something, but only slightly. It was very fascinating. I liked it, and it was fun watching for them. So those are all of the interesting things that I can think to talk about. And I'm doing this because I'm trying to avoid the subject of my vlog that I was going to put up about Colorado because I'm lazy. But that will be up eventually. Probably. Oh, have you guys been watching Zay Frank? His most recent vlog called Begendings actually gave me a possible idea for this video. I was thinking of going in such a direction. That whole, this ending is my beginning and all that kind of cheesy philosophical crap. But it was really, really awesome. His videos rock, and he's super, super talented. So if you haven't watched that, do it. I mean, it's kind of a generic one, but I bet one of you doesn't know who he is. And I will find you. Okay. Emily, I'll see you tomorrow.